Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Imagine for a moment that today is the last day of your life. What would you do differently? What words would you say? What actions would you take? Often, we live like there will always be a tomorrow, postponing our dreams, delaying our gratitude, and ignoring the moments that truly matter. But the truth is, tomorrow is never promised. Every second we have today is a gift, and if we don't seize it, it's gone forever. Today, I want to share a powerful message inspired by Gaur Gopal, a message that could change the way you live, love, and lead. Let's discover why there really is no tomorrow. Life is unpredictable. We go through our days thinking that we have control over the future, that we can plan everything and follow a set path. But the truth is far from that. Life is fragile, delicate, and utterly uncertain. A sudden turn of events, an unexpected illness, a twist of fate, or even a simple accident can change everything in a heartbeat. We often live as if the world owes us time, as if tomorrow is guaranteed, and yet every moment we postpone, every word left unsaid, every dream we delay, is a moment we can never reclaim. When we look around, we see people holding grudges, delaying love, putting off apologies, and waiting for the right time to act. But there is no perfect time. Life does not pause, it flows relentlessly, and it flows whether we are ready or not. Every day we wake up is a gift, and yet we treat it as a routine, taking it for granted, ignoring the reality that it could be our last. To truly live is to accept the unpredictability of life and to embrace it with awareness and courage. When we understand that life can change in an instant, we stop wasting our energy on trivial things. We begin to appreciate the people around us, and we start to act with intention. We realize that the small moments, the simple words, the acts of kindness, and the expressions of love are what truly matter. Life's unpredictability is not meant to scare us, but to awaken us. It is a reminder to be present, to seize opportunities, to cherish relationships, and to live meaningfully. When we internalize this truth, every sunrise becomes a chance to start anew. Every interaction becomes precious, and every decision is made with awareness that today may be the only day we have to make a difference. Life is unpredictable, and in that unpredictability lies both the challenge and the beauty of truly living. Living in the present is one of the most powerful, yet overlooked secrets to a meaningful life. So often, we get caught up in thinking about the future, planning for what's next, worrying about what might happen, or imagining a life that hasn't arrived yet. And in doing so, we forget the only moment we truly have right now. The present is not just a fleeting point in time, it is the foundation of our existence. Every breath we take, every heartbeat, every thought, every interaction happens in the now. If we ignore it, if we live distracted by memories of the past or anxieties about the future, we miss the richness of life as it unfolds. Living in the present means fully immersing ourselves in each experience, being aware of our surroundings, savoring the small joys, and truly connecting with the people around us. It means listening without thinking about what we will say next, appreciating without taking things for granted, and acting without postponing what matters. It is in the present that love is expressed, dreams are pursued, mistakes are corrected, and gratitude is felt. The future is uncertain, the past cannot be changed, but today, this very moment, is a gift, a chance to live consciously, intentionally, and fully. When we embrace the present, we stop running after illusions of control and instead find peace in what is. We begin to notice the beauty in simplicity, the magic in ordinary moments, and the depth in human connection. Life does not happen in the past or the future, it happens now. And those who truly understand this are the ones who live not just longer, but fuller, richer lives. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we free ourselves from regrets and worries. We open our hearts to love and compassion, and we create memories that endure far beyond the limitations of time. Living in the present is not merely a choice, it is a conscious commitment to value the only reality we truly possess and to make the most of every heartbeat, every breath, and every opportunity that life places in front of us. Expressing gratitude now is one of the simplest yet most transformative acts we can practice in life. Yet so many of us postpone it, thinking there will always be another chance, another day, another moment to say, "Thank you, I love you," or "I'm sorry." We get caught up in the business of life, in deadlines, responsibilities, and endless distractions, and forget that the people, opportunities, and blessings we have right now may not always be here. Gratitude is not just about politeness or good manners. It is a deep recognition of the gifts we receive, both big and small, and an acknowledgement of the people, moments, and experiences that shape our lives. When we wait to express gratitude, we risk missing the chance to impact someone's life positively, to heal relationships, and to enrich our own hearts. Gratitude expressed in the moment is like a ripple that spreads. It nurtures connection, strengthens bonds, and brings joy not only to those we appreciate, but also to ourselves. Saying thank you to a friend, a family member, or even a stranger can create waves of warmth and kindness that linger far beyond the words themselves. Forgiveness is a form of gratitude too. By releasing resentment and embracing understanding, we honor the gift of our own peace and the value of the relationship. Gratitude is also about awareness, noticing the small wonders of life that often go unappreciated, the smile of a loved one, the beauty of nature, a meal on our table, the roof over our heads, or simply the breath we take. Life is fleeting, and the people around us may leave, opportunities may pass, and moments will vanish. By expressing gratitude now, we ensure that we leave behind a trail of love, appreciation, and positivity rather than regret or words left unspoken. Gratitude is a reminder that life is not just about what we accumulate, achieve, or acquire, but about how we recognize and value the richness that surrounds us in every second. When we practice it in the present, we cultivate humility, joy, and deeper connections, transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Living with gratitude today strengthens our relationships, anchors our hearts, and fills our lives with meaning, reminding us that the time to say thank you is not tomorrow, not later, but this very moment. Prioritizing relationships is one of the most profound lessons we can embrace. Yet it is often the most neglected aspect of our lives. We get so absorbed in work, ambitions, and personal goals that we forget the people who truly matter. Our family, our friends, our mentors, and even those we encounter daily who touch our lives in small but meaningful ways. Relationships are not just about proximity or routine, they are about presence, attention, and genuine care. It is easy to assume that there will always be time to call, to visit, to listen, or to express our love and appreciation. But life is unpredictable, and the people we cherish may not always be around. Investing in relationships today, rather than postponing it for some indefinite future, is what creates lasting bonds and unforgettable memories. It means showing empathy when someone is struggling, celebrating their successes, forgiving their mistakes, and being present not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Every shared moment, every heartfelt conversation, every act of kindness strengthens the invisible threads that connect us to others. When we prioritize relationships, we acknowledge the value of human connection, understanding that wealth, achievements, or material success are meaningless without the warmth of companionship and love. It is in relationships that we find support during hardships, joy during celebrations, and wisdom from those who have walked paths we have yet to travel. By investing time and energy in the people who matter, we not only enrich their lives but also our own, creating a network of trust, respect, and affection that carries us through life's inevitable challenges. Neglecting relationships, on the other hand, can lead to regret, loneliness, and missed opportunities for deep, meaningful connection. Life's unpredictability makes it even more urgent to nurture these bonds today, to not take anyone for granted, and to act with intentionality and love. Prioritizing relationships is not just an emotional choice, it is a conscious lifestyle decision that shapes the quality of our existence, ensures that we leave behind a legacy of love, and reminds us that the true treasures of life are not possessions or accolades, but the people who walk beside us, share our laughter, bear our burdens, and make our journey worthwhile. By choosing to invest in relationships today, we embrace the essence of living fully, honoring the present, and recognizing that every moment spent with those we care about is a moment that can never be replaced. Taking action today is one of the most powerful choices we can make in life, yet so many of us fall into the trap of waiting for the right time, the perfect moment, or a future when conditions feel ideal. We convince ourselves that tomorrow will provide more clarity, more resources, more courage, or more opportunities, and in doing so, we postpone the very things that could transform our lives. Life does not wait for preparation, it unfolds relentlessly, and the window for action is always now. Every dream, every aspiration, every goal requires movement, and movement begins with a decision to act today. Procrastination may seem harmless at first, but it slowly accumulates into lost time, missed opportunities, and lingering regrets. Taking action today means breaking free from fear, doubt, and indecision, and stepping forward with confidence. Even if the path ahead is uncertain, it means understanding that progress, no matter how small, is better than perfection delayed indefinitely. Every small step we take today compounds over time, creating momentum that can carry us toward achievements we once thought impossible. Action also has a transformative power within us. It builds courage, resilience, and self-belief, and it shifts our mindset from passive dreaming to active living. When we act today, we also inspire those around us, friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers, to move beyond hesitation and embrace their own potential. Waiting for tomorrow is an illusion, for tomorrow is never guaranteed, and the longer we delay, the more we risk leaving our aspirations unfulfilled. Taking action today requires clarity of purpose, commitment, and the willingness to embrace discomfort, because meaningful growth rarely happens in comfort zones. It involves prioritizing what truly matters, focusing our energy on purposeful endeavors, and letting go of distractions that pull us away from what we are meant to achieve. When we seize the present moment to act, we create opportunities, open doors, and carve paths that would otherwise remain closed. Every choice to move forward, no matter how small, is a statement of intent, a declaration that we refuse to let life pass us by. Taking action today is not merely about productivity, it is about honoring our potential, respecting the time we have, and living in alignment with our deepest values and aspirations. It is the difference between watching life happen and being an active participant in creating the life we envision. By embracing action in the present, we empower ourselves, make the most of the fleeting gift of today, and build a life that is not defined by procrastination or regret, but by courage, purpose, and meaningful achievement. Letting go of fear is one of the most liberating and essential steps we can take to live a full and meaningful life. Yet it is also one of the hardest. Fear has a way of creeping into our minds, often disguised as caution, prudence, or responsibility, and it convinces us to stay in our comfort zones, to avoid risks, and to postpone our dreams. We fear failure, rejection, uncertainty, and the unknown, and in doing so, we allow these fears to dictate our choices, limit our potential, and steal the joy of living in the present. But life is inherently uncertain, and fear is an inevitable companion. It is not the absence of fear that defines courage, but the decision to move forward despite it. When we choose to let go of fear, we open ourselves to new possibilities, experiences, and growth that would otherwise remain out of reach. It requires self-awareness, reflection, and a conscious effort to recognize that many of the things we fear exist primarily in our minds rather than in reality. Letting go of fear also involves shifting our focus from what could go wrong to what could go right, from imagining worst case scenarios to envisioning opportunities for learning, success, and fulfillment. Fear loses its grip when we take deliberate action, when we break tasks into manageable steps, and when we remind ourselves of past challenges we have overcome. Moreover, releasing fear allows us to embrace vulnerability, to connect authentically with others, and to approach life with openness and courage. It encourages us to speak up, to pursue our passions, to express love, and to make decisions that align with our values rather than our anxieties. When we let go of fear, we reclaim our power, we cultivate resilience, and we step into a life that is rich with possibility and purpose. Fear may never disappear completely, but by refusing to let it control us, we can live boldly, act decisively, and embrace the present moment with confidence and gratitude. Life's greatest opportunities, deepest connections, and most meaningful achievements often lie just beyond the boundaries of fear, waiting for us to step forward and claim them. By releasing fear, we allow ourselves to grow, to explore, and to experience life in its fullest expression, knowing that even if challenges arise, we are capable of navigating them with courage, wisdom, and determination. Letting go of fear is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice, a daily commitment to live courageously, to seize the day, and to honor the gift of the present moment. It is through this liberation from fear that we discover our true potential, embrace life with passion, and create a legacy of courage, purpose, and fulfillment. Serving others is one of the most profound ways to bring meaning, purpose, and joy into our lives. Yet it is often overlooked in a world that emphasizes personal achievement, success, and self-interest. True service is not about recognition, accolades, or expecting something in return. It is about selflessly giving our time, energy, and resources to uplift, support, and care for others. When we serve, we acknowledge the interconnectedness of humanity, recognizing that our actions, no matter how small, can create ripples of positive change that extend far beyond what we can see. Service transforms both the giver and the receiver. It cultivates empathy, compassion, and humility, while also bringing hope, relief, and encouragement to those who receive it. Every act of kindness, whether it is helping a neighbor, volunteering in our communities, mentoring someone, or simply listening to a friend in need, has the power to brighten a life and restore faith in humanity. Serving others requires awareness and intentionality. It means noticing the struggles and needs around us and responding with a willing heart. It teaches patience, strengthens our moral compass, and shifts our focus from our own worries and desires to the well-being of others. When we make service a part of our daily lives, we begin to understand that happiness and fulfillment are not found in accumulation or status, but in contribution, generosity, and the positive impact we have on the world. It also reminds us of the preciousness of time, that helping, comforting, and supporting someone today is more valuable than waiting for a perfect moment that may never come. Service encourages gratitude as well, for the act of giving often reveals how much we ourselves have to be thankful for. It creates a sense of purpose and belonging, allowing us to see ourselves as part of something greater than our individual lives. By serving others, we become instruments of love, compassion, and hope in a world that desperately needs it, and in doing so, we leave behind a legacy far more lasting and meaningful than any material achievement. Serving others is a daily practice, a conscious choice to prioritize the needs of humanity alongside our own, and a reminder that the true measure of a life well lived is not in what we gain, but in what we give. It is through acts of service that we discover the power of empathy, the joy of connection, and the fulfillment that comes from making a tangible difference in the lives of others. When we embrace this path, we learn that every moment is an opportunity to uplift, to support, and to serve, and that the love and kindness we pour into the world return to us in ways that enrich our hearts, deepen our relationships, and illuminate our journey through life. Simplifying life is one of the most powerful ways to create clarity, peace, and focus in a world that constantly demands more from us than we can give. We live in times of overwhelming distractions, endless choices, and relentless pressure to achieve, acquire, and perform, and in the midst of all this, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Complexity, whether in our schedules, our possessions, our relationships, or even our thoughts, often weighs us down, leaving us exhausted, stressed, and disconnected from the essence of life. Simplifying life does not mean giving up ambition or ignoring responsibilities. It means consciously deciding what is essential what aligns with our values, and what brings genuine joy, and letting go of everything else that clutters our mind and our existence. It is about making space to breathe, to think, to reflect, to connect, and to live fully. When we simplify, we reduce distractions, release unnecessary worries, and stop chasing things that do not contribute to our well-being or growth. It allows us to focus our energy on the people we love, the work that fulfills us, and the experiences that nourish our soul. Simplifying life also means learning to say no to commitments that drain us, no to possessions that create stress, and no to comparisons and expectations that do not belong to us. By doing so, we reclaim our time, our attention, and our peace of mind. A simple life is not a life of deprivation, it is a life of clarity, intentionality, and freedom. It teaches us to appreciate the beauty of small moments, to find joy in the ordinary, and to live with mindfulness and presence. We begin to notice the subtle wonders around us: a smile from a loved one, the warmth of sunlight, the satisfaction of honest work, or the calm of quiet reflection. Simplicity also fosters gratitude, as we recognize that contentment does not come from accumulation, but from appreciating what we already have. It frees us from the constant race for more and allows us to experience life with a sense of ease and balance. Simplifying life is an ongoing practice, a conscious choice to strip away what is unnecessary and to invest fully in what is meaningful. It is a reminder that the quality of our experiences, the depth of our relationships, and the peace in our hearts are far more valuable than any external measure of success. By embracing simplicity, we create space for joy, love, and purpose to flourish, and we cultivate a life that is not just busy or full, but rich in meaning, connection, and fulfillment. In letting go of the excess, we discover the essence of life, and in focusing on what truly matters, we find clarity, contentment, and the freedom to live fully in every precious moment we are given. Mindful living is one of the most transformative practices we can embrace if we want to live a life of depth, awareness, and true fulfillment. In the rush of modern life, we often move through our days on autopilot, distracted by endless notifications, obligations, and the constant noise of the world around us. We think about what has happened in the past, worry about what may happen in the future, or dwell on thoughts that pull us away from the present moment. Yet, life itself is not found in what has passed or what is yet to come. It exists only in the here and now. Mindful living is the art of paying attention, fully and intentionally, to each moment as it unfolds. It is noticing the details that often go unseen: the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of birds, the rhythm of your own breath, or the subtle emotions that arise within you. It is about being aware of your thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment, and responding to life consciously rather than reacting out of habit or impulse. Practicing mindfulness allows us to cultivate a deep connection with ourselves, others, and the world around us. It transforms ordinary experiences into profound moments of presence and appreciation. When we live mindfully, we become more patient, compassionate, and resilient because we learn to observe challenges without being overwhelmed by them. We begin to recognize patterns in our behavior, understand the motivations behind our choices, and create space for intentional decision making. Mindful living also enhances our relationships. Because when we are fully present with others, we listen deeply, respond authentically, and nurture bonds that are built on understanding and respect. It reminds us that every moment is unique and will never return, and that the quality of our lives depends on how attentively and consciously we live each day. By embracing mindfulness, we let go of unnecessary stress, reduce anxiety about the future, and release regrets about the past, grounding ourselves instead in the reality of the present. It allows us to savor life's small joys, to find peace amidst chaos, and to approach each experience with gratitude and curiosity. Mindful living is not merely a technique or a practice, it is a way of life, a commitment to inhabit each moment fully and to honor the gift of being alive. It empowers us to live intentionally, act with purpose, and engage deeply with the people and opportunities around us. Through mindfulness, we discover that life is not about rushing towards some distant goal or fixating on what we lack, but about embracing the richness of the present, cultivating awareness, and finding fulfillment in the simple, beautiful, and fleeting moments that make up our journey. Leaving a legacy is one of the most profound ways to give meaning and purpose to our lives. Yet many of us overlook its importance, thinking that legacy is something reserved for the famous, the wealthy, or the extraordinarily accomplished. The truth is, legacy is not measured by monuments, awards, or public recognition. It is measured by the impact we have on the lives of others, the values we embody, and the memories, lessons, and love we leave behind. Every action we take, every word we speak, and every choice we make contributes to the story we leave behind, shaping the way people remember us and the influence we have on future generations. Leaving a legacy requires awareness of the transient nature of life, understanding that our time here is limited, and recognizing that the opportunities to make a meaningful difference are not infinite. It means living intentionally, making decisions that align with our deepest values, and prioritizing actions that create lasting positive effects on those around us. A legacy can be as simple as the way we treat people, the kindness we show to strangers, the guidance we offer to friends and family, or the love and support we provide in our communities. It can also be reflected in the principles we uphold, the integrity we maintain, and the inspiration we ignite in others to pursue their own potential. To leave a meaningful legacy, we must focus on creating impact today rather than postponing it for an uncertain future. Every small act of courage, compassion, and contribution adds to the larger picture of who we are and what we stand for. It involves teaching, mentoring, and guiding others, not because we expect anything in return, but because we understand that our influence can ripple far beyond our immediate circle. Leaving a legacy is also about embracing responsibility, taking accountability for our actions, making ethical choices, and striving to improve ourselves while lifting others. It reminds us that life is not solely about personal gain, but about enriching the world in ways that outlast our physical presence. When we focus on leaving a legacy, we approach life with purpose, clarity, and a sense of mission, knowing that our time here matters and that the way we live today echoes into tomorrow. It inspires us to live fully, love deeply, and act wisely, ensuring that our presence leaves an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of those we touch. Ultimately, leaving a legacy is about creating a life that resonates beyond the boundaries of time, a life that embodies the values, love, and impact we wish to pass on, and a life that, even when we are gone, continues to inspire, uplift, and guide those who follow. Time is the most precious resource we have, yet it is also the most fleeting and often the most overlooked. Every moment we live is a moment that will never return, and yet we tend to treat time as if it is infinite, believing that there will always be another opportunity, another day, another chance to do what truly matters. We fill our hours with trivial tasks, distractions, and worries about things beyond our control, forgetting that the essence of life is measured not by the quantity of time we have, but by how meaningfully we use it. Each second that passes is an opportunity to love, to forgive, to create, to learn, and to make a difference. Time does not pause for hesitation, procrastination, or indecision. It flows relentlessly, and whether we seize it or let it slip away, life moves forward. Understanding the value of time is the first step toward living intentionally. It is a reminder to prioritize what matters most, to focus on experiences and relationships that bring true fulfillment, and to let go of pursuits that are empty, superficial, or distracting. Time teaches us humility, for it cannot be controlled, slowed, or reclaimed once it is gone. It is impartial, moving steadily for everyone, rich or poor, young or old. Yet how we choose to use it determines the quality and impact of our lives. When we embrace the finite nature of time, we stop postponing love, gratitude, and meaningful actions. We begin to act with urgency, purpose, and awareness, knowing that waiting for the perfect moment is often a way to delay what should be done now. Every conversation, every gesture, every choice becomes more significant because we understand that time is the canvas on which our lives are painted, and the colors we choose today will define the picture we leave behind. Living with a consciousness of time encourages mindfulness, presence, and intentionality. It helps us prioritize our goals, nurture relationships, and invest in experiences that bring lasting joy and growth. It also reminds us to forgive and to reconcile, to express appreciation, and to pursue passions without delay, because the moments we have with people, opportunities, and life itself are finite. Time is both a gift and a teacher, urging us to act wisely, live fully, and cherish every heartbeat, every breath, and every encounter. When we honor time, we honor life itself, recognizing that each day is a chance to create impact, to grow, and to leave behind something meaningful. In essence, understanding and respecting the value of time transforms the way we live, inspiring us to make every moment count, to act with courage and purpose, and to ensure that when we look back, we see a life well lived, not filled with regrets for wasted hours, but overflowing with memories, achievements, connections, and love that truly mattered. Courage is one of the most essential qualities we can cultivate in life, yet it is often misunderstood. Many people think courage means being fearless, but in reality, courage is not the absence of fear, it is the willingness to act in spite of fear. Life constantly presents challenges, uncertainties, and moments that test our resolve, and it is natural to feel apprehensive, doubtful, or even overwhelmed. Fear can be paralyzing, keeping us trapped in comfort zones, preventing us from pursuing our dreams, speaking our truth, or taking risks that could transform our lives. True courage, however, emerges when we acknowledge that fear exists, but choose to move forward anyway, guided by our values, purpose, and vision. Courage requires honesty with ourselves, the strength to confront difficult truths, and the determination to persevere even when outcomes are uncertain. It is about taking responsibility for our choices, standing up for what is right, and embracing vulnerability, knowing that failure, rejection, or criticism may be part of the journey. Courage is expressed in countless ways: in the quiet decision to forgive, in the effort to help someone in need, in the commitment to pursue a dream despite obstacles, and in the persistence to keep going when the path is arduous. It is not measured by grand gestures alone. The daily acts of bravery, the small steps taken in the face of doubt, and the resilience shown during adversity all contribute to a courageous life. Cultivating courage also requires faith. Faith in ourselves, in our potential, and in the belief that challenges are opportunities for growth and learning. Courage allows us to break free from the limitations imposed by fear, to embrace change, and to live intentionally rather than reactively. When we act courageously, we inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of strength, determination, and hope in the world around us. Life's greatest achievements, deepest connections, and most meaningful experiences often demand courage, for they require us to step beyond what is familiar and comfortable into the unknown. By embracing courage, we empower ourselves to face life's uncertainties with confidence, to take bold steps toward our dreams, and to live authentically in alignment with our values. It is through courage that we grow, that we transform fear into action, and that we create a life of significance, impact, and fulfillment. In essence, courage is not simply a trait, it is a way of living, a commitment to rise above fear, to embrace challenges, and to pursue life with passion, integrity, and unwavering determination. Each courageous decision, no matter how small, builds the foundation for a life that is vibrant, meaningful, and remembered long after we are gone.